Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna Stitches. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my videos. If you like it, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for coming back and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. So this video is just showing you guys the yarn I got at Michael's yesterday. It is a little small haul, but I did want to show you guys what I purchased. So there will be a second part of this. So what I like to do a lot when I'm planning on getting some new yarn is purchase it online to pick up in store. Generally, when I buy yarn, my husband and both my kids go with me. We don't have any yarn stores close to us. The closest one is over, well, less than half an hour away, but that's still pretty far. And any other one besides that is about an hour away. So anytime I go yarn shopping, my husband and my kids do go with me, and my kids get bored, and usually they all stay in the car. So if I know what I want ahead of time, which I usually do, I'm trying to not go like yarn shopping in the store and only buy yarn that I know I want and I'm going to use. So I go online and purchase it to pick up in the store. And generally you can get better savings that way too. I think I explained it in the one haul video I did where I showed the Karen Colorama Halo cakes, where I got them for like half the price I would have if I went to the store to get them, because I purchased them online and had a lot of coupon deals. And I did get a little bit of a coupon deal with this purchase too by doing it that way. But some of the yarn that I purchased that I really wanted, they didn't have available in the store. So I have some being shipped, and then I picked up the rest when I went out on Saturday. So all of what I purchased that I'm showing you today are the new Karen cakes that just came out. I have 3 of the new colorways of the cloud cakes, and I have one, well, technically 2 anniversary cakes, but they're both the same colorway, so I only brought one in with me. I did look at the new spice cakes, and I had one in my hand. I walked through the whole entire store with it because I did go look at the yarn even though I had already placed the order, mainly because I had only purchased one anniversary cake when I placed the order and then decided I wanted a second one. But I also wanted to look at the yarn too and see if maybe there was anything else that I wanted besides what I had already purchased to pick up. So I had a spice cake in my hand. I was going to buy one just to try it out, and I ended up putting it down for whatever reason. I don't really know why. I know it's a number 6 weight, and I don't really care for them, and at $12.99 a piece, I didn't really know what I'd make with just one, and I knew if I only bought one, I'd probably have to buy more in the future. So I ended up putting it down. I was going to pick it back up, but I think I just distracted myself and never did. So I might at some point soon, because I know they don't last long, go back and get some of the spice cakes, because I did really like it, and I do now have a plan of something I would make if I had them. I would just need 2 of them. So maybe if I go back to Michael's in the next week or so, I will pick up 2 of the spice cakes. But right now I did only get the cloud cakes and the anniversary cakes. I was completely obsessed with the cloud cakes when they came out last winter, I believe it was. And I love Karen cakes in general. They are probably one of my favorite yarns. I own almost all the different kinds of them in the last few years since I have been crocheting. And I would say out of all the different cakes, the cloud cakes are my second favorite, with latte cakes being first. And they are very close to each other. I could probably any day change my mind and say cloud cakes are my favorite. So right now, for what I picked up in the store, I have 3 different colorways. I do have a 4th colorway, or maybe even a 5th. I can't remember now, coming in the mail. When it gets here, I will show that off. So the first one I picked up is in the colorway Poison Ivy. So here's the logo. It's so pretty, and it's so squishy and so soft. If you haven't felt one of these, please go to your local Michael's if you have them and feel this yarn. It is probably one of the softest yarns I've ever felt. I went crazy with them last year. I have so many of last year's colorways still. I've made a blanket out of them. I've made a shawl. The rest of them I'm kind of just hoarding, just like I do with the latte cakes, because I love them so much that I don't want to make all the things out of them and not have anymore. But I love it. So these are 100% polyester. I don't know why I had such a hard time finding that. There it is. They are medium number 4. I personally would call it a number 3. Nope, that's more than one stuck together. And almost, if you take away all the fuzz, bordering on a number 2. That to me is a pretty thin yarn, but it's probably because of the fuzz on it that they classify it a number 4. It calls for 4.5 millimeter knitting needles and a 4.5 crochet hook, which is the US size 7 or a G plus, I believe. And it is 8.5 ounces, 240 grams, and 760 yards. It's beautiful. I love it. Green is one of my favorite colors, so when I saw this, I definitely knew I had to get it. So there's that one. The second one I picked up is in the colorway Sun and Sea, which is just beautiful too. Lately, I have really been drawn to like sun colors, like the oranges, the yellows, and the reds that you would see at like sunrise or sunset. And I think this is a perfect name for this. It's, again, Sun and Sea, so we got the yellow and like this burnt orangey color as the sun and the green and the blues as the sea, which I didn't realize that when I purchased it. I think that's really cool. But I really fell in love with this colorway too when I saw it. Most of the cloud cakes that came out last year were similar to this, where they're all the same color or all solid colors. I meant same color as in different shades of green or solid colors. I don't think they had any last year that were like vastly different colors like this one. So that really intrigued me. And I'm excited to make something with that one. And the third one I picked up, I probably would not have ever picked up on my own. I've looked at these colors many times since they came out, kind of deciding which ones to get. And the only reason I picked this one up is because Erin at Crafting Kitty showed it in her video where she purchased some, and it looks so different in person than it does in the picture on Michaels.com. At least in my opinion. Again, I probably would have never picked it up or looked at it if she didn't show it, but when she showed it, I really thought it was gorgeous, so I had to get one for myself. That side's a little messy. I'm going to show this side instead. And this is in the colorway Cinnamon Swirl. I almost said Cinnamon Roll. And again, perfect name for it. The reason why I probably wanted to say cinnamon roll is because to me it looks exactly like a cinnamon roll. And these aren't generally colors I'm drawn to, browns and beiges and creams, but I think it's gorgeous and I love it. I don't know what else to say about them. I absolutely love the cloud cakes and I can't wait to make projects out of them. And with each ball having 300, I think I said 300 because the ball had a 3 on it and I was looking at it. But with each cake having 760 yards, you could make a lot of things with just one cake. And that's kind of what I planned on these, because the price is, to me, astronomically high right now. $12.99 for one cake is just mind-blowingly ridiculous in my opinion. That I didn't want to get more than one of each color, except for the one I have coming in the mail. I believe I did get 2 of one of the colorways, but I could be wrong because I honestly don't remember what I purchased now. But I did want to get let me gather my thoughts of what I was going to say. I did want to get multiple different colors of the Color Me Bold collection. That's what the name of the collection is. I didn't mention that. But the collection of all the ones that have come out for this season, the cloud cakes, the anniversary cakes, the spice cakes, and the Color Me Bold cakes, they're all part of the Color Me Bold collection. And I did want to get multiple colorways of the cloud cakes, and again, with that price, I couldn't get multiple of each colorway because I can't afford it. So I did get one of each of these colorways that I just showed. But again, the good thing about the cloud cakes is they have so many yards in them that I could definitely make a project or multiple projects out of one cake. I, again, have made a shawl out of a cloud cake before, and I used one entire cloud cake to make a virus shawl, and it came out perfect size. I kind of have a plan for these ones. I don't know if I'll use all three for the plan, but I know I want to use at least one for the plan. So if I do, I'll end up showing you it when I finish it. So yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. So I'm just going to stop there because I love them so much. And we'll keep rambling about them if I don't. And then the other thing I purchased in store, you can't see, but it is an anniversary cake. This is in the colorway Teal Zeal. And I knew that. I don't know why I had to look at it for so long to figure that out. I did purchase two of these, as I said earlier. I only originally purchased one when I placed the online order to pick up in the store, and then when I got to the store, I picked up the second one. I only have one in here to show you guys, though. At the store I went to, and it's not the normal Michael's I usually go to, but we had to go in the direction of this Michael's, so that's why I went there instead. They only had 3 anniversary cakes left, and they were all 3 different colorways, and thankfully they had a second one of this, because she brought out this one. The other one that has similar colors to it, it's like a tealy color and a purple. It's very similar to this, but not in the same sense. And then I think it was like brown shades. So they only had 3 left, and they were actually back in the stock room. I had to ask the cashier up front if they even had any left. It did show it was in stock online, but they weren't out on the floor. And when I asked, she's like, yeah, I think we have a few left. And she had an associate meet me in the back in the yarn section, and she actually had to go in the back storeroom to get this one. And it was the only one of this colorway left besides the one I had already purchased. And again, they only had one of each of the 2 other colorways too. So their anniversary cakes, I don't know how many they got to begin with, but they must have sold out fast. My cat scared me. I don't know if you saw her, but she was like crawling right over here. I thought it was my hamster for a second, but it was way too close to be him, and I don't know where he is. Oh, he's up in that, he's up in that thing right there. I can't find it. Nope. What, that little thingy that sticks up above his cage, because if I point at it, it doesn't look like I am, but he's in there. I can kind of see him. But I really, really like this colorway. I really like what they did with the anniversary cakes this year. Sorry, I don't know what that was. That was a very strange noise. I don't know if you heard it, but it sounded like my son, but he's not in here. Literally sounded like he was right behind me. That was weird. Where are you? Oh, what are you doing? He is in here. Sorry, scared me. I'm not gonna cut that out, but he scared the crap out of me. Okay, back to what I was saying. I really like what they did with the anniversary cakes this year. I have purchased them all 3 years that they've been out. The first year I have the like brownish color one. I don't remember the name of it. And then the purple one that came out. Last year's I have the black, white, gray one that came out. And then this year this is the colorway I bought. I do really like the like confetti looking ones that they've released this year, but they are all sold out online, at least as of last night when I looked. and they're not in any stores around me. So if I can get my hands on any of them, I probably will grab the multicolored confetti looking one. I really like. But I also like how they have like these bright, vibrant colors, because the last few years, I don't think they've had anything as bright and vibrant and multicolor as this. So I really, really like what they've done this year with them. I know a lot of people complain about the price. They are, I don't even know if the price is on here. Yeah, it is. $39.99, so $40. But it is a super bulky number 6. I personally call it a number 5. I don't think it's a number 6. But it is classified as a super bulky number 6. It's 100% acrylic, 35.3 ounces, 1,000 grams, and 1,061 yards. And for $40, that honestly isn't that bad. And if you think about how many Karen Chunky cakes, because this is the same yarn as the Karen Chunky cakes, how many Karen Chunky cakes you would need to get to 1,061 yards, you would be spending way over $40. So even though $40 is a little bit, pricey at first, you get plenty of yarn for that price. And I think it is a good deal when you think about it that way. And actually with the second one that I purchased in store, when I got there, I only paid $19 and some change for it. I somehow had $10 in Michael's cash. I don't know where it came from, because I used all the Michael's cash I had to place the order to pick it up in the store, and then randomly had $10 the next day. And I don't think the order I placed would have gave me $10 in Michael's cash. And it wouldn't have been available right away either, because usually they don't give it to you right away. So I don't know where that came from, but I had $10 in Michael's cash, and they also had 20% off, and then something else too, because the cashier scanned something after the 20% off and before she used my Michael's cash. So I only paid like $19 for the second one. So you can get them for a good price if you do things like that, and they do go on sale. Just like all the other Karen cakes, they're only out for a limited time, and then they start going on sale. I personally don't know how low in price these get. I'm thinking around $20 is what I can remember from last year, which at that point is a really, really good deal if they're still available. Like I said, my store only had 3 left and now only has 2 left, and who knows, probably could have none left by now because I picked it up yesterday. And that's only at the one store in my area. I might, I don't know yet, go check out the other store that's closer to me and see what they have. But I am trying to not buy yarn unless I know what I'm going to do with it, which is not the story with the cloud cakes. I know what I'm going to do with one of them, like I said, but not with all of them. But they're the cloud cakes. They're an exception. But I do have a lot of yarn, and I don't want to purchase any right now unless I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. With these, I do have a plan, which is why I ended up buying the second one, because my original plan was I found a chevron blanket pattern that only called for 1 anniversary cake. So that's why I only purchased one when I placed the order online. But I looked at the pattern again before we went to Michael's and saw how small that blanket was. I'm not a small person, and the person in the picture was, and the blanket looked tiny on her. It barely covered her shoulders. She couldn't even like fold it completely over her chest. It kind of came to like right here. So once I saw that, and I really want this for myself because I just love this colorway, I had to pick up a second one. So my plan is to make a cardigan out of it. There is a cardigan pattern on yarnspirations.com using the anniversary cakes. And that was my original plan. And no matter what size you make, unless you go up to the 3X, I think, you need 2. And I'm thinking about making it in an extra large. It won't fit me right now, but after having my surgery, I am losing weight pretty rapidly. So I think by winter time, which is not too far off, I could probably fit in an extra large. So I think that's my plan with it. But then I also might make one of Crystal's cardigan patterns instead. I'm going to link both down below if you guys want to take a look at both of them and kind of do a vote in the comments of which one you would pick. I might do that. I'll let you guys pick which of the 2 cardigans I'll make with it. But it's so pretty. I love it. So that is everything I picked up at Michael's. Hi. That was available in store. Again, I do have a couple more cloud cakes. I can't remember how many coming in the mail, as well as some of the facet yarn. I did pick up one of the colorways about the facet yarn, and made me kind of mad. Not really mad, but kind of disappointed, because it did say that facet yarn was not available in the store I was going to. Didn't say it was sold out or out of stock. It said not sold in this store for the specific colorway I wanted. And then I get there and they had the specific colorway and they had the exact number that I ordered. So I could have just picked it up in the store instead of having to wait for it to come. But it's not anything that I was going to work on right away. I do already know exactly what I'm going to make with it. But it's not anything that I was going to start right away. So it's not that big of a deal that I have to wait for it to come. But as soon as it gets here, I will make another video and show you guys what I got. Sorry for the interruptions of my child during this video and him scaring the crap out of me. But again, I'm not going to edit it out. It is what it is. It's kind of funny too, because last I knew he was sleeping and then he made a noise and it sounded like he was right next to me, and he was, but I couldn't find him. So I'm not cutting that out. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon for the next one. Bye.